We're all still recovering from the magic yet madness of Maxwell in Mumbai. His best mate is with me, and someone who's played so much with him, Aaron Finch. While we appreciate that is a superhuman effort and that is magical, there is some method to the madness. Tell us a little bit about what it actually takes to work on hitting or power hitting when your feet aren't moving or when you're cramped.
Well, it's actually a drill that a lot of players, I know a lot of Australian players use at various times, particularly when you come to the subcontinent where the ball is staying quite low. And the theory behind it is that you have to use your weight. You have to use your weight transference to your advantage. So if you're at practice and you're on the bowling machine or you're getting throwdowns or from the flinger, as soon as your body weight is too high and you're just playing purely with your hands, you'll get no power, you'll get no timing. So the key to it is, a lot of guys will stand there dead still, but you still have to move your head at the ball. Your feet stay dead still, you do not move them one bit, but your head has to move, which means you transfer your weight. And it's something just simple. So as an example, if I was doing it, and I've done it quite a bit in my career, it didn't help me much, but I would stand there with my front foot slightly open and then straight drive. So your shoulder, your body, your hips, everything has to work in one for you to be able to hit the ball with really good contact.
Seems abnormal though. You're normally told, get to the pitch, judge the length, and either go back or in front.
This is purely a training drill. So like what it does is, for me, it made me keep my head really still. I had a problem of my head going at the line of the ball and falling across slightly. So what it did is if your feet don't get involved, your head doesn't move. And if your head doesn't move, you pick up length quicker and everything just feels like it's like slower. And you'll notice a lot of guys who don't move their feet a huge amount in the game, they're often the guys that you look at and go, wow, they've got so much time when they bat. So it's actually, it seems counterproductive, but it's actually a really good training tool.
Chris Gale, perhaps I can think of one.
Chris Gale, like Rohit Sharma, he doesn't move his feet a huge amount. He moves his feet an initial movement, then it's just a transference of weight and a really small movement into the ball, unless he's obviously running down the wicket, which he's doing quite frequently in this World Cup.
So let's say this is where the ball is. You're normally told that front foot comes out over there to hit. Now Maxwell's feet are just not moving. How's he generated power again?
Well, the two things that he does have is incredibly fast hands, which is quite rare. He uses a fairly heavy bat compared to most other guys in the Australian team in particular. So he's got fast hands and a big bat, so that helps. But what he was still doing, he was still using his legs. He was never once just standing dead still and just swinging the bat like that. It was all legs. So he's still using his hips. He's still using his bottom half, even though they were cramping. It just simplified it for him. And he's someone who practices this over and over and over. Not necessarily the 0 feet, but just hitting the ball with hands. And that's one of his great skills. And I think not many other players would be able to generate enough power to hit sixes. The mistake that the Afghanistan guys made though is they allowed him to hit leg side, where you can get more power. You use your left side, that gets into the ball a little bit. You use your glutes and your bottom half. So even though you're still, like you'll notice he was still like using his hips.
Yes, using the power from his legs.
Yes, and then combine that with fast hands and a heavy bat, and that's how he did it.
So what you should have been doing if you're an Afghanistan bowler, I'm guessing, is put it here.
I think if they went slow and wide, that would have been far harder for him to be able to hit big shots. He would have been able to hit boundaries at various points, and we saw him use the reverse. Sometimes that's just unavoidable. If he got the rest of the runs in reverses, you say too good. But they allowed him, because he couldn't walk across his stumps and try and smack it leg side. He just didn't have the mobility. So from there, yes, if it's right up, he still might be able to get enough power to get it over. But if it's a bit shorter and you have to make the decision to try and force it, and naturally when you don't use your feet like that, and Glenn Maxwell's a big bottom hand player, he'll try and drag it leg side. So I think there was a chance for that Afghanistan missed. But saying that, the form that he was in and how much he was on fire, I'm not sure what else they could have done.
Last thing I want to ask you is, we've heard he's a gun golfer. Does that help in any way for what we saw?
Potentially, as long as he's not riding on the back of a golf cart. But he hits a very long golf ball, and that's a part of the hand speed as well. And he's got beautiful wrists, so he's got the ability to manipulate the ball in both cricket and golf. So it's maybe it works maybe I don't know what percentage, but all around it was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yep. So to sum up, still uses his legs for power.
Yes.
Keeps his head still. Is a tool that you practice predominantly when you come to the subcontinent, so it is part of your training drill.
Yeah.
And fast hands and a heavy bat.
Exactly right.
That's it. That's how you hit sixes if you can't move.